Good evening, and welcome to our international news bulletin. In today's program, we are dedicating the entire broadcast to updating and analyzing a weather development that is drawing significant attention from the global meteorological community. According to the latest assessments, an extremely powerful winter storm system, large in scale and long in duration, is forming and is expected to have widespread impacts across many regions of the United States in the coming days. This is being considered one of the most severe winter weather scenarios observed in many years. Particularly for the southern and central parts of the country, regions that are typically unaccustomed to prolonged ice and heavy snow. Leading meteorological agencies, including the U.S. National Weather Service and several independent modeling centers, indicate that this weather system is being driven by a rare combination of a very strong Arctic air mass plunging deep into the southern United States and a rich source of moisture originating from the Gulf of Mexico. When these two elements converge, they create ideal conditions for dangerous weather phenomena such as freezing rain, significant ice accumulation, and heavy snowfall. This is not a routine cold outbreak, but rather a complex and prolonged sequence of events that could last for several consecutive days. Based on the current projected track, the first impacts are expected to begin Friday night as the system moves into the southern United States. Throughout the weekend, the affected area will expand rapidly, covering a wide corridor from Texas and Oklahoma through the mid-Atlantic and into the northeastern United States. In some locations, impacts may persist into early next week, and in certain areas even into the middle of the week, leading to extended disruptions to daily life and economic activity. For the southern and south-central states, including Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, northern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky, the primary threat is not snowfall but freezing rain and ice accumulation. In these regions, surface temperatures are expected to hover near the freezing mark, allowing rain to fall and immediately freeze upon contact with the ground. Ice layers may accumulate to several centimeters thick, coating roads, rooftops, trees, and power lines. The consequences of freezing rain are often more severe than those of typical snowfall. The weight of ice can cause trees to snap, utility poles to fail, and power lines to collapse, resulting in widespread and prolonged power outages. In past events, similar ice storms have left millions of households without electricity for several days. This time, meteorologists warn that a comparable scenario is entirely possible, potentially on an even larger scale. Another major concern is the limited capacity of southern states to respond to severe ice and snow. Unlike northern states where winter storms are common, many southern areas lack sufficient road salt supplies, snow clearing equipment, and operational experience in managing transportation under extreme icy conditions. As a result, road networks may remain impassable for extended periods, complicating travel for residents, emergency responders, and essential service providers. Farther north, from the Ohio Valley through the mid-Atlantic and into the northeastern United States, the dominant scenario shifts to heavy snowfall. Multiple forecast models suggest the potential for snowfall totals ranging from 30 to 35 centimeters, with some locations possibly approaching 60 centimeters. Such snowfall amounts are sufficient to paralyze transportation, close airports, cancel or delay thousands of flights, and cause widespread economic disruption. What has particularly captured the attention of meteorologists is the strong agreement among major forecast models. When multiple independent models, using different computational approaches, converge on a similar outcome, confidence in the forecast increases significantly. In this case, both global and regional models indicate that the upcoming winter storm has the potential to become a highly memorable weather event, marked by its intensity and extensive reach. However, the dangerous impacts will not end when the snowfall tapers off or freezing rain comes to an end. In the wake of the storm, an exceptionally cold air mass is expected to surge southward. This Arctic air will bring extremely low temperatures along with strong winds. The combination of cold and wind will produce dangerously low wind chill values, particularly across the northern and central United States. Forecasts indicate that wind chill values could drop to -30 to -40 degrees Celsius in many areas, and even lower in isolated locations. Under such conditions, Frostbite can occur on exposed skin within just 10 to 15 minutes. These are life-threatening conditions, especially for individuals working outdoors or those lacking adequate shelter. What makes this event even more unusual is that this intense cold is expected to penetrate far into the southern states, where winters are typically mild. Many locations may experience record low temperatures, with wind chill values comparable to those seen in the northern states. For local residents, these conditions are highly abnormal and increase the risk of unforeseen impacts, including damage to crops, harm to livestock, and failures in infrastructure. An additional factor exacerbating the situation is the likelihood that ice and snow will not melt quickly, with temperatures remaining below freezing for several consecutive days. Ice-covered roads and snow-laden structures may persist far longer than usual. This increases the risk of traffic accidents, roof collapses due to snow load, and prolonged power outages, further extending disruptions to daily life. The social impacts of this weather system are expected to be significant. Many communities may be forced to close schools, government offices, and non-essential services. Manufacturing activity and supply chains could be disrupted, particularly the transportation of food, fuel, and medical supplies. Experts advise residents to prepare sufficient essentials for several days, including drinking water, non-perishable food, batteries, lighting, and safe heating equipment. For areas facing the possibility of extended power outages, planning for indoor warmth is critical. Residents are encouraged to protect water pipes from freezing, use heating devices properly to reduce fire risk, and pay special attention to elderly individuals, young children, and pets. These groups are especially vulnerable during prolonged periods of extreme cold. Looking further ahead, the U.S. Climate Prediction Center indicates that a pattern of below-average temperatures may persist through late January and into early February. This suggests that even after this winter storm passes, harsh winter conditions may continue. The potential for additional cold air outbreaks in the coming weeks remains under close observation. Meteorologists emphasize that the current warnings are not exaggerated. They are based on real-time observations, model analyses, and a high level of consensus within the scientific community. In many scenarios, this event is being assessed as one of the worst-case winter weather outcomes if all factors align as forecast. Ladies and gentlemen, while weather itself cannot be controlled, preparation and awareness are key to reducing risk. Closely following official forecasts, adhering to guidance from local authorities and meteorological agencies, and taking proactive measures can help protect lives and property during the severe weather expected in the days ahead. We will continue to provide the latest updates on this dangerous winter storm system in our upcoming broadcasts. Thank you for watching.